and I can do with stuff up there. Look at that guy. Look at this old thing, man. Oh. Cable plug, it just still works. Galvanized stairs. Worth the price of admission. Uh-oh. Gotta go. These are ones you have to go sideways. Look at this. This is barely enough for my foot. Hey guys, how you doing? Officer Garrison here. Yeah, otherwise known as Uncle Craig. Whoa! Damn. Haven't been out my bike in a little while. I was gonna wear my chest camera, you know, so I can keep both hands on the wheel. But I figured, nah. But I thought I'd go for a little ride. I'm gonna go check something out I was looking at the other day. But I'm not gonna I'm probably not gonna be able to, you know, hold my camera down the road the whole time, but where I can, I will. Boom. There we go. Let's go, people. I'm also gonna check out the sound. I do have a new windscreen on my camera. I just remembered something though. I should have put air in my front tire. I'm a little squashy. Y'all been down this road before, but it's pretty gorgeous. Plenty of green rice fields backed up by a nice hill. Perfect for my drone, actually. And that's the other thing, I should have brought my drone with me. But I am wearing my helmet, as you can see. Even though the law, I think the new helmet law is in effect, but it's probably more in effect if it's not nationwide. It's definitely Bangkok. hasn't really reached the province yet. But I'm wearing my helmet because this guy's building a new hole out there. Now I'm wearing the helmet because I figure it might rain when I'm out here in a little bit. And for those of you motorcycle riders, you know that when it rains and you're driving your motorcycle, man, that's like needles in the face. Anyway, we got some traffic up here, so I'm gonna get back at you. Okay, so there I was. And I just mentioned that that my front tire felt squashy. I haven't been riding really, so with the cold weather and that, you know how the cold weather kind of condenses the air or whatever, so you get lower tire pressure. Anyway, so I was like, I don't know, let me check. So I pulled off the side of the road, and sure enough, the front tire felt like it was totally out of air, and the back felt squashy too. So I was like, shoot. But I'm out here in farmland, so I'm like, oh, nice bike. And so I'm like, where am I? Shoot, man, I'm looking for a shop, and there's a tire. That's the painted car tires is a good cue as for tire shop. Anyway, I saw one look like a bike shop, so I pulled in there, and Grandma was sitting there, but nobody was there, and Grandma yelled, and a kid came out like 14 or something. Anyway, put air in both my tires, filled it all up, and I asked him how much, and he's like, 5 baht. And of course I don't have any money, so I was like, dude, I'll get you on the way back. He's like, alright. Yeah, very cool. I don't think he was gonna ask for money, but he just said 5 baht. But yeah, dude, woo, I was lucky because if the tire's totally out of air, I could have washed out easily. Fortunately, they're new tires and all that, and they're fatter ones, so pretty good. Anyway, this is where I'm going, and that's where I've been. Yeah. So I've just turned off the main road because I've taken that road like 100 times probably. But off in the distance on the left over here, I always saw this structure up on the hill. I wondered what it was. I thought it was a temple. But you see it up there. Might be a temple, but I thought it was a government building. And this is the name of the hill is Kamphaeng, P-H-A-K. Kamphaeng. But I thought I haven't been on this road, haven't been up to that structure, and it's not raining, so let's go. Nice big old fishing pond. There's a Watt down in back of me all the way at the corner when you turn off the main road. There was some monks that just got done bush cutting, and now they're sweeping up their uh-oh. One hand in this. Might need 2 hands. Whoa. Wonder if I'll be able to get in. I think it must be this way because the road turns, but that's the sign right there. This is probably the way, and it's a dirt road up there, so yeah. Man, I think I'm gonna hold 2 hands on my motorbike, especially because of the rain. It might be all muddy and shit, so let me stop here. Because if it is bumpy, I got my stick out on the camera, so I'm gonna shorten it up. secure the camera so it doesn't bounce out of the basket, because I had it sitting right there in the basket. But yeah, looks pretty cool. Cool little ride. All right, get back at you. So it's like dead quiet up here. Almost feel like I have to whisper. But it is temple, and these are probably places where monks will hang out. Nice little silver Buddha. I was gonna try, and I thought maybe I could drive to the top, but maybe not, because that looks like the top right there. And I see a, whoa, branch. I see a large staircase that probably leads to the temple. Check it out, man. Camera doesn't do it justice, but I'm guessing it's probably 200 steps or more. There's branches and stuff, so probably haven't been anybody up here in quite a while. Dude, I can't believe how quiet it is. Maybe it's because I just took my helmet off and I was hearing all that wind. But pretty cool. It's right in my backyard, really, but I didn't even know it was here. I mean, I knew there was something up there. Look at that guy. Yeah, those are poisonous. Don't mess with those guys. Definitely don't let your pets mess with them. Oh, looks like I got some of those gnats around here. It's this time of year. Dude. To have a railing for us old people. That road actually that I was driving on, that's actually the road. I think I'm taking you guys on that before. It's a road where all the old wood shops are. It's where I get my secondhand wood, and yeah, they can pretty much build anything for you. They're not really the house builders over here, although a couple of them are now, I think, building like little cabins maybe for themselves or something. But look at this old thing, man. It's an old cable pull. I bet it still works. Hook up a, put your low tie engine right there, hook up the belt to it and run it, and pull whatever you need to by cable. Well, there's a whole bunch of them. Damn, this is like the land of centipedes. Don't step on any, Craig. I'm going to higher elevation. Goes up here every day. And now we are entering the steel galvanized stairs. With the two guardians of the yak. Goes up to a steel platform. Those are concrete, made to look like trees, but orange. I hope this isn't, I don't see any rotten stuff. But dude, it is a journey. Well, I made it this far, so I might as well go. Watch it get all the way up here, and there's a back road. These are steep stairs, man. Gotta keep my eye on the stairs. I gotta come back here, man, and bring my drone. That'd be awesome. Check this out. Worth the price of admission. The temple. It's the newest one, all marble. I don't know if I showed you that yet, but I've talked about it. Beautiful, man. Beautiful. Let's just hope that it doesn't start pouring rain. There's the building. That's got to be a temple because whoa, this is the temple grounds, right? I mean, they would have probably put a sign here that said walkway dangerous, right? Steel looks like it's still in good shape. That was sketchy. As I walked across one of them glass walkways. My wife just went to China and she walked on all them Chinese glass walkways in the sky up there. Crazy. But hey, man, I have made the journey and I have arrived. I don't know, it's probably locked up. That's probably the way it goes out to the back. Let's see if it's open. Yes, it's open. Uh-oh. Pestilence. Yeah, it definitely needs cleaning, but Satuk. Yeah. Oh, there's water all in here, so it's leaking. Beautiful statues of Buddha. But it's leaking. So I'm treading lightly. Look at there's the gong for the bell. Let me go ahead while I'm here, just for assurances. For whom the bell tolls. Nope, it just ends right here into the forest. Looks like there was a Buddha there at one time. Probably remnants of what the old, you know, whoa, my legs are crawling on my legs. What the old statue was here, you know, along on this kind of cement and stuff before they decided to come up and build this. Looks like steel example. It's quality materials. Sadly, they probably haven't dispatched a whole bunch of monks to take care of this place. But yeah, look at that, huh? Screenshot there. Wow. We got a little bit of a solar, so the cell is out there, so this light probably lights up at night. You can see all the different kinds of farms. You got taro and rice. Looks like fruit trees, teak trees, eucalyptus. Definitely a green part out here. Well, I don't know, going down looks more scary than coming up. Metal makes so much more noise when you're walking down. If it was all concrete, I probably wouldn't be worried too much about it, but you know, I am a, what do you call that, senior citizen, so I should be cautious about my trekking. Oh my God. Yeah. And this part again. Come on, man, really? Woo. Oh, you got the gong here too. It's on the ground. Looks like the cable broke. Need to fix that. And these are the steep ones, straight down. Come on, man. Gotta go. These are the ones you have to go sideways. Look at this. It's barely enough for my foot, which is pretty standard for many Thai staircases. Go down sideways if you want your whole foot to be on there. Oh man, yeah, it's a little humid up here. All the trees and the greenery. Yeah. Oh, I see. Yeah, those. Matter of fact, I just realized. You know what? Those trees being orange, same color as the monks' robes, right? So it's almost like the monks of the trees are holding up the structure. Yeah. Whoa. You see me? Oh, there it is right there. Check it out. So
that's how they did all that. That right there
is the cable cart. So they had it going all the way up there. It looks like there's a stanchion way up there. And that's what they would do. They'd send that cart all the way down there. And they had the motor. Put all the bricks and sand, bags of cement and all that stuff on that. Haul it up there. That's how they did it. Whoa. Watch out for all these freaking centipedes. You step on one, you slip. Ah. Stairs would be slippery anyway because you're going downstairs, but they're at a slope a little bit, right? Watch out, guy. You can see the green moss is already covering it. There's the pulley again. Always kind of wondered how they did that. I mean, I figured in some of these temples, especially the older ones, although that's an old system, so, but some of the ones I always look at, I mean, you know what? Just think that, you know, when there was no roads, the monks and the disciples or helpers would just hoik that stuff on their back, man, and climb all the way up there and build those temples back, you know, by carrying stuff, buckets of sand and rock and whatever else they needed, metal, to make the temples, until they could figure out the pulley system. That cable, there's the cable still. It goes up in the tree all the way down to the flat where the probably water tanks are. They probably have a water pipe. I gotta watch it too, because he's within the trees, you know, like say ants or whatever. You see you walking by and they just kind of let go and they try and float down and land on you. Next thing you know, you're like, hey, what's biting me? Or, you know, of course, mosquitoes. You can see the evidence of the runoff. Water starting to make its own canals. This would put the stick in there for the, maybe for the fire candle. So you can see it as they go up there at night. I think I'm safe now. Whew. Dude. Anyway, that was pretty cool. I think my wife told me, I think I asked her, what is that? And she goes, oh, it looks like a government building. So now she gets to watch the video. She'll say, oh damn. That is not a government building. It's a huge temple that needs love and attention. And there'll probably be one of those events where they, you know, bring all the help and attention and clean it all up. It doesn't look like it's been neglected that long. I mean, there's a ton of bugs and water in there, but that hasn't been that long. Anyway, that said, let me get both hands on the wheel and I will get back to you on the road. Back at you. Yee-shoo. At least I just got down out of there. I didn't film it, but also right there on the bottom where the other temple grounds are. Say hello to a couple of my monk friends and then my new monk friends. But they had 4 really gorgeous puppies that were, look like from the age-wise, look like from the same litter, but 2 of them were that camouflage, black and, you know, gold look, really cool. And then 2 of them were like solid gold, really beautiful. And then they had a cage in there that had a big old male and female peacock. Yeah, keeps peacocks, and they had some ducks too. But dude, pretty trippy. So yeah, anyway, this is the dirt road that I came up on that I used 2 hands coming up here. But it looks like it's kind of packed enough. I didn't worry too much about the mud. Right here it's a little bit rough, but I can get by. Boom, boom, boom. There you go. But yeah, just gorgeous greenery. Got to get yourself out in the greenery, man. And you can do that best on a motorcycle, I think. Yeah, that's what life's all about. Just about every temple I go to is different. You know, it's just different in construction, and you know, I mean, they all have Buddha statues and stuff that may or may not be different, but you know, that's like that was like a big square glass house made of modern windows, steel structure, you know, and silver Buddha, that kind of stuff. And you go down the street, actually right here at the end of the street will be a traditional temple that has, you know, all the ornate kind of cornice on it. Yeah, and of course usually along these roads like this, plenty of teak trees up in there. I just passed on the road, speaking of the wood road, because they're all wood shops along there. I turned down the other road where the monkeys are in that one temple, and I didn't see, I know there's a lot of monkeys still there, but they all kind of hide out or whatever during the rainy days. But I passed one of the teak forests, really. I mean, it's man-made, but it was pretty huge. And it looked like the trees were all, you know, they're probably, I don't know, 80 foot tall, maybe 70, 80 foot tall. And, you know, maybe 10 or 15 years old, getting ready to be able, certainly to be harvested. But right next to it was, you know, a wood shop, a mill. So I was thinking, I wonder if I was going to stop by and, you know, talk to the mill guy and say, dude, is this your teak forest here? And one of the things I think, you know, a lot of people don't know, probably, certainly Westerners, and everybody kind of has this idea of, oh, you can't cut teak trees down and this and that. And no, you can if they're not yours. But you can plant a big old forest. You get permission to do that if you're going to do it for commercial. They changed their laws recently, maybe I can put a link to that, that you don't, if you're doing it for you don't have to tell them anymore. But if you're going to do it for commercial purposes, you fill out the paper, you pay for the fee, you pay the fee, you get the permit, you plant all your trees if you want, and then when you get ready to harvest them, you can actually even borrow, basically, a chainsaw from them, and they'll do everything to support you on that, even chainsaw parts. If you have your own chainsaw, you got to actually register the chainsaw, if you believe it or not. But that's if you're a commercial guy. Here's my little monk friend, bush cutter. So it's you know, they do protect it, but the rules now really are applying to, hey, let you know the Candyman's coming with all the fruits and vegetables of Thailand. But yeah, so all the rules surrounding the teak forests and cutting down of such for commercial purposes are in place, and the ones that were for private citizens were removed. Before, you used to have to pay, I think it was like 25 baht per tree to plant them, like on your property, if you want to plant 20 trees or whatever, so they could account for all the trees. That way, if you know, if you did sell them, you know, when you weren't a commercial person, and the person you sold them to was traveling with them, you know, they could produce a paper or whatever, or track the tree or whatever. So, but now you don't have to worry about that. It's good because we got a couple teak trees on the property, and I was thinking of planting a bunch more. I got a whole bunch of teak seeds, so I can plant, you know, another 200 trees or something like that. But yeah, man. Anyway, looks like it's Sunday traffic here. Meow. So I'm gonna need both hands, and yeah, let me get back at you. Yeah, well, made it back in one piece. And it's not raining. And gosh, it was really green out there. So I thought what I'd do now, kind of round out this video, would be to send my drone out there before it rains. See if I can't get some nice shots of the farm and all its greenery and my farmlands. Yeah, let's take a look. Alrighty, I think I got some cool shots in there. It's pretty green, and I hadn't been charging this, so my drone was like, dude, battery, I'm gonna come home. So I shut her down anyway. But yeah, man, pretty cool. Anyway, hope you enjoyed that motorcycle ride from here off the Thai farm, and thanks for watching then, and keep watching more off the farm action here off the Thai farm.